Hey, I didn't say this when I originally recorded the video, but I've got the live stream of the entire tournament from my perspective, and I re-uploaded it with just edited it and out like all the in-between areas and stuff. So definitely check that out. There'll be a link in the description at the end of the video, and enjoy the deck list. Hey everyone, Egman here with my first, but hopefully not last, Digimon deck profile video. Yeah, I've been getting into the Digimon card game that had its pre-release this past week, and it gets formally released next in January, but I bought some product for it, I've been playing it, I've been having a lot of fun, so let me know if you guys want me to do more coverage of this. Definitely like and subscribe, and also just comment what you want from me for this, but I really do like this game. It's also made by Bandai, which makes Dragon Ball Super, which I mainly cover on this channel, but I've been having a really good time, and if you guys want to learn the game, there's an app for iPhone and iOS that's really good. That's pretty much how I learned it. It's just a really good resource for that. But if you guys want a more like in-depth like intro or primer for the actual card game, let me know and I will make that video for my perspective, especially coming from like a Dragon Ball Super player. But yeah, let's go into the deck list. So Carta Magica did a 44-person online tournament this past weekend, and I went 4-1, getting a top 8 placing. Only first place got a mat, but that was a Spyra. Check him out as well. I'll have a link to his video. I play with him a lot in Dragon Ball Super, and he's on my Stage 0 team, so super cool that he won the entire event, and so check out his video too. But okay, enough like preloading this video. Let's get into the actual cards for it. So I guess first looking at the egg deck. Last thing. So this is like the event happened right when the release happened. So no one had like complete decks unless they dropped like a lot of cash on it. So this deck is definitely incomplete, and it did well in that format of other decks being incomplete as well. So I'll give a kind of what my best deck is, I think would be if I have all the cards, what I'd think and replace with it. And also there's going to be a link to this whole 50 card deck will be there will be a link to the Digimon dev list as well if you just care about that. But we're going to talk about this, and I'll talk about what I'll replace and what cards I'm waiting on and everything else. So first example, so out of my 3 boxes I got 3 Upamon, so we put all these in here, and then we just put 2 of this guy in just in case. Upamon's probably the best one, hands down. It says this when attacking, inheritable, that once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards on it, you just gotta draw 1 card. So it's really easy. Like, you don't even have to play like Digivolution Destruction for this to be really active a lot of the time. So a really good card, just free card draw, and that's always like good. And like pretty much any card game, card draw is really important. We just put 2 more of these in here. This only has the effect of your turn when your opponent has 2 or more Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play. This gets plus 2k power. So it's not like super good. If I just had 4 Upamon, I might just play 4 Upamon outright and not play any of these. You don't have to have a 5-card Digimon deck, Digi-Egg deck. So it might just be better just to have, all of these and just guarantee it. Because I never got down to I never emptied my Digimon egg deck. So that's something to think about. But let's go there. So going to my level 3s. So we've got only 2 Gabumon, but only because I only pulled 2 Gabumon out of 3 boxes, which is absurdly. It's just a weird case for that, but that's what I pulled. So you definitely want to put 4 of this guy in here, just because he's really flexible. He's a rookie, but also being able to just draw a card when you play him, he's really good for that. We also ran 4 of Gabumon, so just inheritable on deletion, gain 1 memory, really good, and it can make your opponent do some awkward plays, especially if you give it to a blocker. You can make it pop, and then your opponent has 1 less energy when they weren't really expecting it. So that's really nice. We also have 4 of this Gabumon. I didn't play this one as it has the inheritable when attacking, trash one of your trash the evolution cards under the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon with a level of 5 or less. I never used this effect, never did, and I don't think I would if I had all the cards I want. I don't know if I'd actually run this guy as much as the other ones. I felt these other ones were just better. And I also ran 2 of just the vanilla Gabumon. And I just did that just for consistency. But I felt like this was just a really good card in the deck. Just being able to pay this for 2 and have a rookie out there, I thought was really nice, especially because we're kind of flexible with our memory a lot of the time. So if I was to build this again, if I had all the cards, I'd probably play 4-4-4, and then maybe 1 or 2 of this guy. But I'd say 4 of this guy is actually not too bad, because you can always pivot to Rookie Rush late game, and just being able to have the consistency of at least 12. Like 12, I think is like the minimum amount of these rookies you want to play, and it just seems good. All right, and going from there, all right, going to our champions. So we only have one of this guy. I'd probably run more of this guy if I had him. I only had one. He's super nice, being able to just be hard cast for 4, which I found like myself in spots where I just had like odd amount of memory left over. So being able to play this for 4 would be good. But we're also playing 3 of the Garurumon from the set. And this one, like, so like he's good. He can like really finish the game like in a surprising manner if your opponent's not like looking for it. But if you just hardcast him for 6, on play you can just unsuspend one of your Digimon. And that's kind of like one of the big themes of this deck, being able to unsuspend your stuff and get more swings and really capitalize on that. So he's really good for that. And just like 6 cost is like really hefty sometimes. Like being able to like pay 6 and still be able to have be your turn can kind of tricky. But I really like him, and like he's a champion, so he just only has the 2. To do the Digivolve, but he's fine. There's also 2 Leomon. I'd probably put these Leomon for Garurumon if I had them, but I didn't. He's not bad though, just you gain 2 memory when he pops, and so you can kind of like aggressively swing into your opponent's security and then get 2 memory back for it. So that's kind of nice. And then also we have 4 of the Grizzlymon, just because we want to play blockers. Blockers are so important in this game, and he just looks really cost effective and everything. So just a really good champion. And then we also have 2 of Veedramon. That's right, I pulled as many Veedramon as I did the 3-drop, like the rare Goblimon, which is super funny to me. But he's really good. He can end the game super nice. He's only a 6k, but if you're feeling like aggressive, or like even if you just like get a swing and then it doesn't pop, you can either like restand it and then like keep it there for the turn, or like you can just like do some really aggressive stuff with this guy. He can help you like if you need to like go for game. Like a lot of what this deck does is that say, all right, well, I'm in a position where I can probably win the game right now. Or like if your opponent like goes like overextends and like has a really good position on board, you can almost always have a chance to just do like, it depends on your opponent's. If your opponent has stack security, you probably lose anyways, right? But if you're able to like pressure your opponent and just get like a bunch of like unsuspend swings, or I'll say like dual attack, because that's what Dragon Ball says when you can swing twice with something. But like a lot of like dual attackers, and just being able to put that pressure on it is really good. It also has the inheritable. You have to have a tame route for it to unsuspend itself on its swing, but that's not very difficult on this one. So that's these guys. So I'd probably put 3 of the promo Grizzlymons in if I had them, or Garurumon if I had them, but I didn't. Going to the ultimates, so we've got 3 of the Garurumon. This is just from the starter deck, but being able to just give something security attack +1 is always really good. And he has Garurumon in his name, so the promo Garurumon really helps it. And then we have one of this Garurumon as well. Just the fact that he can like unsuspend himself also when he swings, as long as you have a Garurumon under it, which isn't very difficult for this deck. I think it's really powerful. Plus you can get security attack +1 with him as well, as long as you have 8 or more cards in your hand, which we just draw a lot of cards. There's a lot of cycles, so that's not hard to do either. So he's really good. We also put 2 of this guy in here. I'd probably put these as Garurumons if I had them. I just didn't. So, but they're not bad. This can have like essentially triple attack as long as you have enough cards in your hand. So that I think this helped me end like 1 or 2 games, which is really nice. But I still think this is probably the better card. He's just not too bad in it. And then also Zudamon, like I was told this card was good, and I totally believed it, but I didn't. I felt like it was too costly for what it did. But he was super good. I really like this card. Just because like if your opponent like gave you a lot of memory, you can just hardcast this for 7 and you get to draw 2 cards, and like that just helps your cycle so much. And then it's a 5-drop, which if your opponent level 5. So if your opponent doesn't get rid of this card, then you can just go into your level 6 like super easy next turn. So like I feel like this is a really good card. I think about running more if like I could see like even running up to 3 of this guy, but I think 2 is like a really good spot for him for all this. So next up we've got our level 6s, our megas. So we ran 2 of each of the Metal Garurumon. This is the one from the starter deck, and this is the one from the set. So this one just has when attacking once per turn, you can just unsuspend this Digimon. And like I really like this more than I thought I would. I saw it and I'm like, okay, it's kind of good. It's kind of costly because it's an EX. It's a Digivolve for 4, which is kind of expensive. But being able to just unsuspend for nothing is really good. So I liked it a lot. And then the one from the set, this one's good because it's able to every time you swing with it, which you can swing with this like more than once per turn, which is broken. since this effect isn't once per turn, but you can just swing with it, and then you play one of your level 4 or less Digimon from it. So there are a lot of good cards you can get from there. Quickly, I'll look at like some of the best ones. So the best is probably like Garurumon, this one, because if you play it, counts as playing, and so you get its on-play effect, so you can just untap this and get another 11k swing with it, which is great, and then you can use this effect again. We also have cards like Grizzlymon's really good, so if you need to get like a blocker out, you can just get that out for free. Or also just even like the Gobblemon, you just play this and you get to draw 1 card for free, and then you get a 3 drop out that can pressure your opponent next turn. Like all of this is just being able to play something under this is really, really good, and just helps put a lot of pressure on your opponent. So really like all these cards, and it just feels like I just really like this card's really nice. I think it's really neat. But this also just gets like a consistent untap. It just costs like 1 extra energy, which can make or break it a lot of the time. But I feel like both these are good. Originally I just had like 4 of this one, but I think a 2-2 split is good. Maybe you want to do like a 3-2 split, but I felt like it was nice to have this. This guy really came in clutch sometimes. All right, and then you already know this is coming, but we're playing a blue deck, so we gotta play Omnimons. We got 3 of them. I got lucky with my boxes, obviously. I pulled more Omnimons than I did get those Gobblemons, right? Like that's insane, right? But yeah, just being able to play this guy on top of your Metal Greymons is fantastic. This is like one of the best cards in the game, and we all know it. This deck is not like super important on playing him as much though. If you only have 2 of him, you're fine. Like even if you have 1 of him, you just put him in there and you just fill it out. But like this is just a good card anyways. And just having 3, I feel is good, because you'll see him in security every once in a while and just like for your opponent's plans, and just feels good. Like this is obviously a good card. I don't have to say it anymore, but this deck is good because it can also run this on the back, so like on the back foot or something like that. All right, for extra cards. So all right, we'll talk about like the obvious. So we run 4 Hammer Spark because Hammer Spark's really good, and like we get so much card draw, we don't really care that we have to go -1 in hand to go +1 in memory. It's a fine trade for us in a lot of ways, and if like it's in your security, you can like end your opponent's turn prematurely, which can like win you the game on the spot, which is really nice. We play 4 mats just because it's really easy to it's a cheap tamer, so we can use it for Vidramon, but just makes our opponent plays like awkward plays sometimes, right? Where either we just get like energy for free, or we just prevent our opponent doesn't want to play just hard cast a card anymore, right? They always want to digivolve stuff, and like if you just like make your opponent play awkward, we're already winning. So like either like this is just good, like if your opponent plays around it, you're doing good, and if your opponent plays into it, you're also doing good. So it just like I really like this card. It's really good. Even if you don't, it's something to think about. If you don't ever get this to proc once for the game, that's because your opponent chose not to get it to proc, which means they're probably playing suboptimally for it. So that's just a way to think about it in my mind. And then lastly, we're playing 3 Mad Dog Rush or Mad Dog Fire. This card's probably bad, and I know it. I know it's bad. This doesn't make it like any better that like I'm playing a card even though I know it's bad. But it's pretty simple. It's a 1-drop rare from the set, and it says just one of your Digimon gets 3k DP for the turn. And the reason why I add this also has a security effect of trigger, draw 1, and then add it to your hand, which is fine. But the reason I add this card to the deck is because we have a bunch of cards that just have the potential to swing more than once. We've got like Metal Garurumon, we've got Were-Garurumon, we've got Cerberusmon, we've got Vidramon, we've got anything. If we got Garurumon in hand, like we can hardcast that. Like we just have like all these cards that can do this, and because of that, we can just like more consistently not die to our opponent's security and everything. So like I know that's like a bad reason to play it, because even though we can do that boost, it doesn't mean like we can guarantee it still survives, but it does offer a little bit of help. But another thing that I also did with this card a lot was I used it to just swing over my opponent's cards, because like sometimes they had like some big 12Ks I couldn't get rid of, so I could just play Metal Garurumon, and then I can just like give it Mad Dog Rush, swing with it, like untap for free, and then I can swing into their security. So I get rid of one of their threats and have like a 14Ks going into their security. That just felt really good, and I liked it a lot. So it feels good in the deck. Maybe you don't run it, maybe you run only 2, that's fine. Maybe you don't run it at all, but it's my like bad card choice for this deck, and it really paid off though. It helped me out a lot, and that's really the deck. That's all the cards for it. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this. Obviously this is an incomplete deck because I don't have all the cards I need anyways, There's definitely a lot of room for you guys to play around and play with cards you do like for it. I also don't know if I mentioned this, but there's also gameplay for the entire match at the beginning of, or sorry, just in the description or probably at the end of the video. I'm probably not going to edit it for brevity, so if you guys just, I'll probably tag it for when the matches start. But those will also exist out there for people who want to see it. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think about this deck. Let me know what you think about this game. Let me know what you guys want to see from this game. And I'll catch you all next time.